Hi everyone, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Lisa Cunningham here. Thank you for joining me first of all. I really appreciate it. I have a couple of announcements as always. I still have my October Let's Create class kits available. Registration's open and this Sunday is the last day to register. So if you have any questions about that, I can just really quickly go over what my Let's Create class is. It's basically a monthly class that I do. And you'll come and you can have a to-go kit or you can come in person and do it here at my home. So you'll get the materials to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. And this month we're using the Gathering Together or Gathering Moments bundle. So you will need the bundle to put your projects together if you're doing to go. So you're going to get a half a package of the Gathering Moments Designer Series paper. Some really pretty papers. Can't flip them very well. And then they're just this, I love this designer series paper. So you're gonna get a half a pack of that. You're gonna get a full pack of the Cajun Craze and Gold dots, a package of the Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread, and then your cards will come, your elements for your cards will come packaged each individually. So there'll be 2 projects in each packet. And you'll get the PDF tutorial with the step-by-step instructions. So for to-go class is $45 because that includes priority shipping. And the in-person class is $37. It'll be held here October 24th at 6:00 p.m. in Rio Rancho. So I'm based in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. If there's any of you out there that are local and would like to attend, please come and join me and have some fun with some other crafters making our cards. So let me show you the cards. Here's card number 1. Number 2, these look similar, but this one is stamped. These are stamped images, where this one is the designer series paper. And, you know, there are sentiments on the inside. Oops. Drop that one. This one, I stamped the leaves on the inside. And this one with the mushrooms. And did I stamp in that? Yep, I added the mushrooms on the inside as well. And then this one, I don't believe I didn't stamp in. And then here's the other one. So you'll make 2 of each of these cards in your class. So when you go to register, you'll have the option of the to-go kit, the in-person kit, and then also I sell just the PDF if you want to do it, and if you want just the PDF for $15. So that is all included. So if you have any questions about that, and then now we have our starter kit special. So if you have any questions about joining my team, please let me know. So you don't have to sell if you don't want to. It's, you know, there's a lot of hobby demonstrators. I started out as a hobby demonstrator. They join because they get the discount. So you'll automatically get a 20% discount from the get-go. And then so anybody who orders off of you, you're going to get 20% of their sales. And then, you know, you'll even get your 20% discount on all you get to pre-order stuff before anybody else. You know, there's just a lot of benefits. So my team, we meet monthly and we meet here locally at my house, or you could join us via Facebook Live. I'll broadcast the meetings. If you have any questions, you know, they'll be answered. We'll have somebody moderating the meetings so that you're included. We do swaps. We do make and takes. So the team, if they want to swap, they can swap will have a theme, and then you swap, and they'll all come to me, and then I'll ship them out to everybody. You're local, you just drop them off. But we have a lot of fun. I do an end of the year bingo party with my team, and we, win prizes. We do crafts. I come up with some crafts for us to do, and just like an end of the year party. But, I do have promotion. When you promote, I'll give you a charm bracelet with your first charm. Each time you promote after that, you'll get another charm to add to your charm bracelet. So there's just a lot of fun things, and then you're part of the Stampin' Up! Community. So if you have any questions about that, just please let me know. And then if you want to join my email list so that you can get the PDF tutorial for today's project, if you're watching me on YouTube, there's a link below. Otherwise, you can email me at lcdesigns@comcast.net. I think it's lcdesigns1-@comcast.net. And if you share my video, you'll be entered into a prize drawing. So you can share my video on YouTube or Facebook, but comment that you shared it so I know to put your name into a drawing for a prize. And this week I got a goodie, a bundle. I think that is it, but please, if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. All of that helps me, and it just helps me get more exposure. More people will see me. Every time you do a like, it just puts it out there for the next person to see. So I need to get some exposure. Thank you guys. I think that is it, and let's go ahead and get started with our project. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our project. So this is our project, and a lot of people don't like to give candy. So my project today actually holds a hand sanitizer and a lip balm. So you can put 2 lip balms or just 1. So of course I got Bath and Body Works Halloween hand sanitizer, and this one was cute. I got it from a credit union, and it has the Halloween bats and stuff, and then just regular chapstick, any lip balm. This one's like hot cocoa or hot chocolate, so it can fit 2, but you can put only 1 if you want. But this makes a great alternative to so you can just put 1 to giving candy. So let's start out with our box. So we are going to use Gorgeous Grape. I believe this is already 5.5 by 8.5, which is what we need, because you can get 2 out of 1 piece of cardstock. So yes, 5.5 by 8.5. So we're going to score the long side. Make sure that you have your scoring blade, which is the lighter one. This is the cutting blade. And we're going to score the long side, which is the 8.5 side, at 1 inch. 3 3/4 inch. 4 3/4, and 7.5. All right, and then we're going to turn it to the 5.5 inch side, which is the shorter side, and we're going to score it at 1 and 4.5. So you can put other stuff in here if you don't want to use the insert, or you can put candies that fit inside the inserts. But I made an insert specifically for my products. Okay, so let's burnish and fold all of our score lines. We want nice, crisp score lines. So I always use my bone folder when I want some nice crisp lines. And then we are going to cut. So on the long side, we're going to cut up each of these score lines. Now, I always like to angle my little tabs. We're making the tabs for the inside of the box. So I always just slightly angle mine. You can do them straight if you'd like. It just, I don't know, my own preference. And most boxes that you get in the store, I think they're pretty much angled like so. Okay, now let's turn it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So on this box, it doesn't matter which side you make the top and what side you make the bottom. It's just where you're gonna adhere your tabs. And I'll show you. So I call, in my instructions, I always call these tabs. So like in my instructions, it's gonna say insert 4 of the tabs into the bottom section. Let's get all these pieces out of the way. And so what I mean is like, so 4 tabs are gonna go in, and then this will become the bottom of your box. And then the other 2 are gonna go on the top section. So let's add some glue to all of these tabs. Let me grab my little clothespins. I should have grabbed them off ahead of time, and I didn't. And those just help hold it in place. I use them. I've been using them for quite some time, and I see a lot of other demonstrators using them now as well, because it helps just hold your box in place while you're gluing the other ones. All of a sudden, I feel like I got allergies. I hope it's allergies and not a cold. My nose has been a little messed up. Could I be getting fall allergies, winter allergies? I don't know. This one, just need to, maybe I should put my clip there. So now, so we got the 4 in the bottom section. So now we're gonna put these 2 in, and this will be our top section of our box. I do have more clothespins, but I'm not really sure that I need them. We can add them. We can add them and then let that dry while we cut our design. Or let's do our ins. Now we need a piece of gorgeous grape that is 5.5 by 2 3/4. And we are going to score that at 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. Okay. So now we're gonna mountain fold these. Or what do you like? Mountain valley fold, but this center is going to be our mountain. So you can burnish that line. These are going to glue to the bottom of our box. So we're going to adhere this in the center, and just a little bit of glue is going to be fine. Let's take all our little clothespins off, and just a little bit of glue here just to hold it in place. Sometimes it fits so snug that you don't even need to hold it in place. I like to flatten it all down so it's nice and secure. So that's our insert. So let me grab my goodies from here. I do have other ones. Like, see, I got a pumpkin one. So This is actually from Avon, but you can add your goodies to your box. And then next, we're going to cut our designer series paper. So I'm using the Spooky Sweet designer series paper. You know, this is the one I've been using for a lot of my most of my Halloween projects. You know, it's got a nice assortment of designs. You could tell the ones that I've been using. But, you know, all of our designer series paper is two-sided. So we're going to use this one with the candies on it. And then this one with the orange or pumpkin pie pattern for our top. And then, of course, it has all these little images that you can punch out. I'm not using them because we're going to do a lot of die cutting from the Fright Nights bundle. I forgot to tell you, we're using the Fright Night bundle on this project. Okay, and so I wanted to make a big tag. I wanted to use that big tag, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so for the top of our box, this is the pattern we're using. And we're going to cut it 3 3/8 by 2 5/8. So 3 3/8 is the 2 notches before the half. 2 5/8 is going to be 2 notches after the half. I know those little eighths. You know me and my eighths. Okay, and so our candy pattern, that's going to be around the 4 sides of our box. So our front and back are going to be 3 3/8 by 7/8. So I'm going to cut the 7/8 and 7/8, and then we'll do the 3 3/8. Again, 2 notches before the half. And 2 notches before the half. And now for our sides, we need the 7/8 again. These are going to be shorter, but I'm going to cut my 7/8. 7/8. And these are going to be 2 5/8. So again, the 2 notches after the half. So that's 2 5/8. Oops. And then 2 notches after the half is 2 5/8. Okay, so that's it on the cutting of the designer series paper. We will be doing some die cutting in a minute. Okay, so let's glue this onto our top. And, you know, this glue, a little does go a long way. And I must have messed up here, but I'm going to snip that little, just like that. I must have not, I didn't glue it. I think I didn't glue it in right. And then now these larger pieces, again, the 3 3/8 by 7/8. 3 3/8 by 7/8. They go on the front and the back. And you know, I thought I did nice crisp lines, burnish, but let me show you a trick and hopefully it works. 2 5/8 by 7/8. These are the sides. And now you can use seal. You guys see me, I use a lot of the liquid glue, because I like to be able to move it around if I made a mistake. But sometimes it glues quickly. So, because these flaps are out a little bit, sometimes if you just go over your score lines, or, you know, here, it'll push it in. And let's see if it's worked for me. Pushed them in a little bit. I need to add, I try not to get glue on the edges, but that's where it really needs it. So see, it pushed them in. All right, so that's our designer series paper. So now let's get to some die cutting. But first, this is the Peaceful Garden glimmer paper. So just so you know, this, it looks like silver, it looks like cloud cover. They're calling it soft green. So in my instructions, it's going to tell you soft green. And then this one is dark gray. And then there is a blue. So soft green, blue, and dark gray. We're using dark gray and soft green. And this is Peaceful Gardens Designer Series paper. So first, I want to add an adhesive sheet behind my spider web. You don't have to. I have an adhesive sheet already here. Let's see if I can get it started. And I'm actually, this piece, usually I'll cut my adhesive sheet to fit my cardstock. So this is the sticky side. Oh, I lucked out. This pretty much almost covers the whole piece. I was gonna say, normally I'll cut mine to match my cardstock, but I didn't. And those weren't the right scissors to use, but I used them. So this one we're gonna put adhesive sheet on. This one we don't need to because we're cutting the spiders. And we're going to put them on with dimensionals. So, again, it's up to you if you want to use that adhesive sheet. We're going to do 2 spider webs and we're going to do 3 spiders. So, oh, one other thing. I need my eek. So, put both of those on. Let me flip this one around. It fits better that way. Let me get these spiders. We only have 1 die, so we have to cut one at a time on the spiders. So sometimes all of those little, I might run it through one more time because all these little pieces that are going to come out, a lot of times with the adhesive sheet, they'll come right off. Where's my take your pick tool? Pop this spider out. We need 2 more spiders. But when you pull the adhesive sheet off, those all those little pieces inside the web will come off. So I'm going to move these aside for a moment while we cut one more spider. Get my take your pick tool, pop that guy out. These spiders, to me, they look pretty darn real, and seeing them on my craft table when I was first creating, I was like, oh my goodness, is that a real spider? Pop this one out, and then I need to grab a piece of cardstock. All these little pieces on the spot. I need to grab another piece of the dark gray because we need to die cut our eek. I like the glimmer paper. It just, you know, bling, bling, bling. You guys that have been following me for a long time know I was always adding Wink of Stella to everything. And then it's funny because it went on back order for so long that I stopped using it. I just always like that little extra sparkle. Now, we didn't need adhesive sheet on this one either. So let's get all these pieces. Don't those spiders look real? I'm gonna get my take your pick tool. But yeah, I didn't add, let's get our box. I'm gonna see if these are gonna peel off for me. See how most of them do? They'll peel right off. The others just pop on out. But yeah, I used to finish all of my projects pretty much with Wink Stella. Okay, so on these, we're gonna line this up at the corner of the designer series paper, this first one, just like so. See, that adhesive sheet makes it nice and easy, and then plus getting all those out. Okay, let's see if this one's gonna work as well. Ah, this one, oh, well, no, I haven't peeled the backing off yet. I finally have nails to somewhat do this. This time it didn't work as well. My nose is itching. I don't know what's going on, so let's just pop all these out. Kinda, now I'm gonna have them all stuck to me. But it's either, I find this way easier, you know, with any intricate die. Otherwise you're gonna try to put glue on all of, you know, all these really thin lines, which you can do it because I did it originally on mine. I glued it. But I was hoping all these were gonna pop out with the adhesive sheet. Okay, so now this one is going to overlap this one. So basically we're gonna line, oops, this up with this line. And so they're gonna overlap like, oops. So there you go. And so now with our spiders, we're gonna use our mini black dimensionals. And the reason I'm using the black is because they kind of, they'll blend in with it. They won't stand out as much as, oops, that one stuck to me. If it hangs over the side of your project, you know, it's gonna blend in, the black's gonna blend in. So this one, I made him climbing downward. This one, he's gonna climb upward. Our other one is going to, hold on, we're gonna hold that for a minute because we're gonna put our tag on, and then once we put our tag on, then we're gonna place that one. So this one we're gonna just glue. And this one, since these edges are a little bit bigger, you can put the liquid glue or you can just do little tiny dots. I don't know why I don't do dots more often. I think it's probably safer. So we're gonna put this at an angle like so. And eek, all those spiders. How many people don't like spiders? There's a lot of you out there that don't like spiders. They don't bother me unless they're big, like a tarantula. Okay, so we're gonna move that aside and we are going to stamp our tag. And this, I'm gonna move my spider so I don't lose him. I'm gonna do this in Gorgeous Gray. I know this tag was like big for this box, but I really wanted to use it and I wanted to make a non-candy project. So we're just gonna stamp that right onto a piece of basic white cardstock. And now let's get our die cut. So this is the smaller tag die. There is a bigger one, but we're using the smaller one. And we're going to use this piece here to punch a hole at the top so that we can put our baker's twine through. Does that look even? Okay, and then so this is just going to lay on here. And I tried to match it. I need to move it a little. I mean, it's just going to do the hole, so that's fine. But you want to put that on there so that you have your hole. And ta-da! We have a tag with a hole. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Are you all big on making Halloween projects? I know people either love Halloween or dislike it. So it's hard. For me, I like Halloween. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this tag is going to hang over the top and it's going to hang over on the right because, like I said, it's a big tag. So I'm just going to put like 3 dimensionals. 1, 2, 3 here. And well, we can adhere this. So you can line it up at the bottom here, like so. Get our black baker's twine. I don't know why my black is way in the back. And so we're going to thread this through. And actually, I should have went. So let's go around the back. I should have went through the back side. I hope I'm staying in the camera. Okay, and you're going to go under your tag. And then we're going to tie a bow at the top. Your tag your twine should not interfere with your dimensionals that you have the tag adhered with. Okay. And ta-da. And let me get my ribbon scissors and snip that. And so that is how it is going to look. So where's our spider? So I don't forget him. And he's crawling towards the tag. All right, now to add some more bling, I need my foam shimmer stars. And I used the purple and the black. I have so many of these that I still have half a packet. So we can add a black one here, a black one over here, and let's add some purples here, here, and here. All right, so that looks like that's the end of our project. Oh, this one's all untied still. Let me tie it up so I can show you. And then don't forget to join me again next Wednesday. It'll be another pre-recorded video. I know you guys, I'm doing a lot of pre-recorded videos. It's just this month is busy. Next weekend we have the wedding. So, you know, I still want to keep you guys busy with crafting, although I'm not around. So there's my box. I hope you guys like it, and thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, be sure and join me next Wednesday for another pre-recorded video. Take care, everybody. Bye.